Oh man, I don't have any money to buy more magic packs or wild cards. If that sounds like you, then I have just the deck to fix your woes. Check it out right here. And the deck we're going to be playing today is a first in my series called Budget Beatdowns. Thanks to my subscribers' feedback, you guys seem to be receptive to seeing a budget series where I will be playing decks that have 8 or less rare or mythic wildcards, and the rest is just commons and uncommons. So stuff that if you just have, only a few wildcards laying around, or potentially just a lot of older stuff or draft chaff laying around, you might be able to craft these decks and get it built with hardly any wildcards. So today we're playing a Azorius Artifact Aggro list, and this deck is so good. You would not think it, looking at all these commons and uncommons and only having 8 rares, 4 of which are in the land base, I might add. But you are going to want to stick around to the end to see the stats for this deck. It is just blown my mind. I have not felt once like I was playing a budget deck. Honestly, I've been doing better with this deck than I have with the decks that I've been making in my videos recently that are just chock full of rares and mythics. So just to quickly go over the deck: Swooping Lookout ×4, Flying Vigilant, nice threat, Network Disruptor, another flying artifact creature threat, a few Spell Pierces to help protect us from board wipes and hard removal, Ginger Brutes as 1/1 hasty creatures that can, not be blocked, 3 Destroy Evils because temporary lockdown is big right now with how big boros aggro and boros tokens has gotten. So being able to destroy temporary lockdown and get all our stuff back is very powerful. 4 Mandible Justiciars because 2/1 lifelink, it grows every time you play something, and being able to slap a Zoetic Glyph on it and pump it up with the rest of our pump spells is very good. Michiko's Reign of Truth because we pump a lot of artifacts out really quickly, and just being able to buff them up really big every turn, especially because most of them are flyers, is very powerful. We've got Goldforged Thopteryx in the deck because it's a decent body, flying, lifelink, and it also happens to protect the couple of rares that we do have in the deck in Unctus Grand Metatech, which gives our artifact creatures +1/+1, and then whenever a blue creature becomes tapped, we can draw cards and discard a card, and then Urza is just the best anthem for our deck in giving all of our artifact creatures +2/+2. And then if we do end up getting to 6 mana, we can create target copies of artifacts that we control, but they're 1/1 soldiers in addition to their other types. But with him on the field, they're 3/3s, so that's pretty useful. And then obviously 4 Zoetic Glyph, because being able to slap that onto a Swooping Lookout or a Disruptor or a Ginger Brute or any of our creatures for that matter is very, very powerful. And then just to round it all off, 2 Plated Onslaughts because this very, very rarely costs more than 2 white mana, and being able to pump our entire board for +2/+1 at instant speed for 2 white mana is super powerful. A bunch of basic lands, and then the other 4 rares on our deck are Seachrome Coast because we really do need to have at least some amount of mana consistency in the deck for it to function, because we have so many blue and white 1-drops and then also a blue-white 2-drop. I have not found myself having a ton of problems with the mana base, even with just the 4 Seachrome Coast. But obviously, if you wanted to upgrade this deck, one of the first upgrades I would suggest would be running Adakar Wastes and Deserted Beachhead and all that other stuff. But the deck is super fast, it's super strong, and you're going to love the games, and definitely stick around to check out the stats at the end. I think you'll be very surprised with the win rate. And with that, let's get into some games. Who's up next in our beatdown with our budget deck? Raven. All right, Raven. Confuse our opponent with our pile of commons and uncommons that they don't recognize. We get to go first. This is a little slow, but it's not bad. Find a land so that we can play either Unctus or Glyph. Plaza of Heroes, that is a land. Get in there for 1. Human. Intrepid Paleontologist. Interesting. So I'm going to play that. I'm going to play Unctus. We can start drawing and discarding. I'm imagining we're not going to run into a ton of non-creature spells. So I'm going to ditch the Spell Pierce. They don't even have a land that can cast a non-creature spell right this minute. And then we've got these glyphs. We've got to destroy evil if they play anything too scary here. Devil. What is this nonsense? Ruby Daring Tracker. Devilish Ballet. What? This only doubles power, so we can't actually kill that with Destroy Evil. Well, I'll make him race me. We'll discard this Unctus. Pass turn. They do have a lot of mana, so they can make this Devilish Ballet very big. But I imagine it could probably kill us very quickly if we're not careful. Another Devilish Ballet. They have 3 mana left. They play Kellen. Alright, so that's nothing too crazy. I can even block one of them still. No block. Ichigo's Reign of Truth is pretty good. Is that enough? It is if I play the Glyph on Unctus. The Glyph on Unctus, Ichigo on Disruptor. 11 in the air. I'll take it. Yes, please. GG's. I don't know what that was, but we did it. We have found an opponent. Sturm Koss. Sturm KOS. Sorry. What's up, Sturm? Opponent goes first. This is a slow hand. We're gonna mulligan. This is not a lot fast. That's all right. We'll put Plated Onslaught back. Play Seachrome Coast. Subterranean Schooner. We're gonna play Mandible just this year. Watch our opponent go, what is that card? Yep, they just read it. What is that? Just a 2/1 lifelink? Is this limited? Am I in the right queue? Deep Cavern Bat. Aw, man. They steal our Glyph. Now we can't even get in over the boat. And we can kill their boat. Play a Spyglass Iron. Well, they're getting greedy though. They did not get their counter. Oh, I don't know that I agree with that choice there. I'm gonna make this blue. 2 life. Because we need to get some we need to get rid of these lands in our hand. Yep, they're reading that card now. What? Alright, that's a good card. So we'll discard Island. We've got plenty of blue. The Thopterix will at least be a decent blocker. It'll protect our Unctus in future turns. They don't kill it this turn. They map quest their Deep Cavern Bat, find a Gix on top. They mill it. Interesting choice. They don't have double black, that's why. Are they gonna crew the boat? They are. They crew the boat. They get in there. Find a Stalactite Stalker. Is it worth blocking the Schooner, or do they... I'm wondering if they have Virtue of Persistence, and they're just waiting to see if we block before they kill our Justiciar. No blocks. I think they have a Virtue of Persistence, and they're going to kill our Justiciar here. No, they don't. Interesting. All right, well, I like more artifact creatures. I'm going to tap their black mana before I play the Thopter. All right, play Thopteryx. Now our Unctus has a little bit of protection. Get in there. Put ourselves back up to 19. Not feeling terrible about where we're at. It's definitely going to be a grindy game, though. When it moves past combat, we have Spell Pierce. I should have kept that land. That was a mistake. No, they can block with the boat, so we'll attack with these two. Draw a discard. Maybe we'll find a plated onslaught and get them. Swooping Lookout. I actually think I'd rather have the creature. Ooh, Michigo's Reign of Truth, though. Keep that on top. See if they want to block. They're touching their boat. Like, I want to block with the boat, but they're flyers, buddy. They're thinking about it. Oh, I'd love for them to block with that bat. Nope. Darn. Alright. Well, no sense in playing the Michigo's Reign of Truth. Maybe I should have in case they play another bat. Just to make sure I get the trigger next turn. That's me being greedy because I want to get both triggers. They decide to get in with their bat because they are not planning on blocking with it. They go back up to 10. Well, I'm going to Michigo's Reign of Truth. See if they have removal because they don't have a blocker. They do not have a blocker. They only have one black mana. It's not impossible they have a bounce spell. They may have a counter here. I didn't think about that. Oh, it's a make disappear. The worst kind of counter. Nope. I will not pay. I will play this glyph. I'm gonna put it on the just this here. All right. Looks like we're gonna get there. All right, we did it. Budget beatdown. Yes, I'm just over here crushing my opponents with this budget aggro deck. One second. Oh, I'm so glad you're still here. If you could just take a quick moment and hit that like button and that subscribe button, you would make me super happy. Like this. All right, let's play some more opponents. Viridian, what's going on? Are you ready to get smashed by artifacts? Opponent goes first. We never like that. But this is an okay hand. Green. All right, well, we're gonna gingerbread it up. More green. Sharp-eyed Rookie. Is it mono green? All right, well, we're gonna play a Network Disruptor and tap this little Vigilance creature. Play a Swooping Lookout and get in there for one. Bloated Contaminator. All right, well, we're gonna have to race this opponent real good. Take it in for 3. I think we can do it though. So I guess the question is, do I kill their Bloated Contaminator and play Gingerbrute, or do I play Michigo's Reign of Truth? I think I play Michigo's Reign of Truth. Put it on the lookout. Play a Gingerbrute. Get in with these two. Put them down to 12. And then we can destroy Evil Something next turn and make both the Gingerbrutes unblockable. Sentinel of the Nameless City. That doesn't block us. Sharp-Eyed Rookie on top. Definitely a lot of damage. That's okay. Old Fort Thopteryx is really good. So on the swooping lookout. Plains. I'm actually going to play Thopteryx here. And then just destroy Evil this. Because this has trample. Get in, get in. And we just need to survive a couple turns. Surprised they didn't play the rookie first. They draw a card. Okay, so I'm gonna block the 5/5, take 3. Then we get a decent sized creature with Michigo here. Oh, that'll do it. That will do it. Michigo's Reign of Truth is so good. GG's. And that was was a good start from the opponent too, and that's a very aggressive green deck. So who's next in line? Jables 85. Jables. Longest fucking time ago. We go first. This is great. Play a Gingerbrute. See, Network Disruptor is actually a lot better in this deck than a lot of you might think, because, you know, yes, it's just a 1/1 flyer artifact creature that, you know, gets pumped up later, which is great. But the nice part about it actually is that for things like our Mandible Justiciar, since, you know, it's not a huge creature, being able to tap down a blocker so it can get through is really good. Although the opponent's just going full out unblockable or no blocks chickens here. That's unfortunate. So I'm gonna play another Justiciar and a Gingerbrute, and we'll get in there for 2. See if the opponent kills this one. We need another blue mana so we can play this Unctus. The only thing about a budget mana base, and that is exactly why 4 of our 8 rares are sunk into Seachrome Coast. Swooping Lookout. Alright, so Swooping Lookout. Network Disruptor. At the very least, Network Disruptor can block this Godric if he gains flying. Give us an opportunity to get there with the rest of our stuff. Because mono red just, you know, smash, smash, smash. So they're probably not blocking our stuff very much. Squee. And we can at least block the token that comes from Squee. Well, let's see if we get blown out here. Actually, let's block one of the... No, because they can just get it back next turn. They probably have a Monstrous Rage, but I'd imagine they'd use it on the Godric over the token. Okay. It's good enough. We're at 12. We need a blue mana. Blue mana would be fantastic here. That's blue mana, but it's tapped. We're at 12. We're going to go up to 14. Opponent has 5, 6, 7. Can they find 7 damage with their 3 cards, is the question. The answer is probably yes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get in like this. leave us the option to sacrifice a Ginger Brute if we need it to gain 3 more life. And then we know we can play Unctus this turn. So the opponent plays token or channels tokens in for super cheap since they've got some legendaries on the battlefield. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. Can they deal 6 with the 2 cards in their hand is the question. I'm gonna block Squee with the intent of sacrificing this Ginger Brute. And then if they try to kill us, we just sack the Ginger Brute and win on the backswing. Monstrous Rage. So that's 7, 8. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's actually not even lethal, is it? We're still going to sacrifice this since they didn't give Squee trample or anything. And we went on the backswing. Get out of here, Mono Red. Ciao. Get a lifelink from this the Mandible just this year. So good. All right. Soros. Opponent goes first. This is not a bad hand. We could use a payoff for having all these cheapy creachies. Spell Pierce is good later because if it's a control deck, we can keep them off that board wipe just long enough for us to kill them, hopefully. Planes for the opponent. Warden of the Inner Sky. Alright. Glyph is good. We'll play Lookout. Probably wind up holding onto this Disruptor to tap the Warden when it gets big enough to fly. Need to find a land for this Glyph. Another Warden. Is that all they got? Hey, that's not bad. Alright. I'll take a slow start from Boros any day. And we just need a land. Let's see why they kept. I'm sure it has to do with this. Yeah, Knight Errant of Eos is very good. Judging by how long they're taking to pick, they had several options. Novice Inspector. Oh, look at that. Look at that. And those Novice Inspectors are going to help them grow their Wardens. But that's why I said we'll save this Disruptor for that. I'm fairly confident we can race them at this point. Having a 5/4 lifelink in the air is really good. If they have a Get Lost, that would suck. But I haven't noticed a lot of Boros decks running Get Lost. Most of them are running Helix in that slot. They're counting or something. Cavern of Souls. We're not going to counter your humans. We just want to counter your non-creature stuff. Do they have a Demolition? Another Novice Inspector. So they can put... Assuming they don't have... At least right now. Okay, so they're not even pumping up their Wardens. So we're just not going to block. There's no sense in that. Do they have removal for this Optrix? Case of the Gateway. Okay, that is removal. But we do get to discover, so hopefully we discover into something good. Ginger Brute's not terrible. It's an unblockable Glyph target, but we're probably just going to put it on the Lookout, to be honest. Or maybe not. If we draw a land, maybe we put it on the Brute. because even then even the wardens can't do it, can't block it when they get bigger. So their gateway, the case is going to get solved, so all their stuff's going to get bigger. They scry to the bottom. Yep, there's a land. That's good. All right, so we'll play another Swooping Lookout and a glyph on this Swooping Lookout. Get in there for 5. Nope, they don't have another case. Does Midrange Recruiter kill us here? It does with that. Are we that unlucky? They keep something on the top. So the question is how they attack here. If they just pump this warden up and make it really big, I think we win. Because none of these creatures have haste. And we can just tap the warden. Why we hung on to it. Regal Bunnycorn. It's a very big bunny, but it doesn't have haste. They get in there with the 2 big things, no blocks. They're out of cards. They can technically draw with the clue, but not they don't have any cards to go with it. So Disruptor. Tap the warden. Unblockable except for creatures with haste. And that should do it. GG's. That was a strong showing from Boros too. It was a little bit of a slow start, but I mean, like, look at this board state. We got there. All right, we're back for the post-game wrap. This deck way overperformed what I was expecting in the games that I played. I played about 40 matches with the deck for a little over 2.5 hours, and 70%. 40 matches is not a ton of games, but it's enough to prove or disprove whether a deck has viability. Obviously, over hundreds of matches, the win rate probably is, a little bit closer to, the 58 to 60% win rate. But I just absolutely dominated the entire time I was playing. And you see here, we've got good matchups against Boros, just crushing mono red, too much lifelink in the deck for them to keep up with. Even Control, we actually put down 3 games against Control. Struggled against the Jeskai Control list a little bit because Lightning Helix is really good, and then also Enchantments because Enchantments is one of the only decks that's probably faster than us. And then they also have a lot of lifelink as well, so it's difficult to keep up with them. But other than that, good matchups almost everywhere else. So the deck is a ton of fun. It is super aggressive. It is very powerful for having only 8 rares. And again, I'd like to remind you, only 4 of those rares are actually creatures or cards in the deck. The other 4 are just the lands. So this is almost completely commons and uncommons outside of lands, with only a couple copies of Urza and a couple copies of Unctus in the list. And the deck still just absolutely blew my mind. So I would highly recommend, if you do not have a lot of wild cards and you're looking for something to fight in Mythic, because we're in Mythic we played from like 93% way down here all the way up to 98% Mythic. So we're almost back into ranked Mythic with this deck, and you wouldn't have to spend hardly any wild cards on it. So this is a great budget option if you don't have a lot laying around. It doesn't require anything new from the new set, so you don't have to craft anything from the new set. You probably have a lot of this stuff already. And with that, it's been a pleasure playing for you, and I'll see you in the next one.